Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here. Gee, I must really care about you. Can't stop. It seems like every couple of hours I'm back. I want to share something with us, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we have all been raised in different environments, and our environment has played a major role on who we really are. And the truth of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, all of us have been affected by those environments, and those environments have not represented truth. Those environments represented whoever was big dog in that environment. And those environments have been competing against one another throughout their existence. They have not understood purpose of existing. They have not understood about what brings it together and how you can progress instead of retrogress. But love made you, and love prepares the opportunity for saving you. What am I saying? I want you to, for the start from this premise on this day, every human being on the face of the earth that can do anything, the kinds of things that can make things better, but we are doing what we are doing. We are all guilty of the hell that we live in. We didn't start it, but we are keeping it going. It is normalized. It is hell. Somewhere you heard it said that thou shalt not steal. That was, yes, to the individual, but it was also to the group. It was to the state. It was to the system. Stealing is wrong for an individual. And any state that exists and people are stealing has got to make some changes. And putting people in jail is not stopping stealing. What it does is just remove people. And they keep on, and people keep on stealing. Because the cause has not been dealt with. The reason we have so many cancers and those diseases and sicknesses that we cannot or haven't found cures to is because we haven't been looking for cures. We've been looking for treatments. There's money in treatments. There is no money in cures. There's money in putting people in jail. There's no money in stopping people from having to steal or commit those crimes that end them up in jail. And that is because we have a system that moves on money, a system that says people or whoever has money, since money is so powerful, what I mean by powerful, you can't do anything in this world without some money, unless you lying, cheating, and stealing, what the system is forcing you to do, because most folks don't have any money, and it's the system. Let me tell you. So when all of these things happen, they have trained us to look at the people and condemn the people. The system has never changed. It is not intending to change. And this system won't change until you, the people, make it change. But you, the people, won't make it change because you have been so indoctrinated. I once grew up in the South, a little boy in Mississippi. And every time I watched television, I watched Tarzan. And all I saw was a white man flying through the jungle like a monkey on some ropes or vines or something. And black people running around whoop, 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 with bones in the nose and in their ears, looking like zombies. So I grew up not knowing nothing about Africans except what was made available to us. And this is it. I was afraid of Africa. I was afraid of Indians, natives, because how they portrayed them on television. Woo, 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 arrows, scared, scared, scared. I went through a Indian community as a kid. My folks driving through there, and when he said that's what we were driving through, I got on the floor because I thought some bow and arrows might come through. All my life I've been afraid of Africa because of what I had in my training. I had a dream one night. I was in a plane crashed. I crashed and I fell, but I survived in Africa. When I knew I was in Africa, I ran to a barn and hid because I'm in Africa. And I was peeping through a crack one day and saw somebody walking around with a suit on a attaché case, and I couldn't believe this can't be Africa. And I'm 50 years old at that time. So when you have white people who have been brought up thinking that black people are evil. They're from the pit of hell. They're demonic. When you have kids that have been trained like this, and that's what was happening in the South and in other places too, actually trained from a baby up. Oh, you know, they with them. Some of them went through the changes and could see some stuff. But when you've been trained, and then you pass a few laws that says you cannot make it so obvious, so you keep it hid, but it's still in you. And then somebody like Donald Trump comes along and says, you don't have to hide it anymore. You say, oh, thank God, now I can be as ugly as I really am before the world. I don't have to be ashamed. I can't stand black folks. I can't stand Jews. I can't. You can do all that stuff now. The door's been open. It's been in you all the time. Why? Because you haven't dealt with it. You never dealt with it. The law can't change your heart. You change people's heart by treating them right. These people who have been trained to hate, they're not going to just stop hating by a law. But they were trained to hate by using something as an example. See what they're doing? See what they're taking from you? Look at them. They didn't tell them they were out there that they brought these black people and forced them into the situation. But it's when things start satisfying itself, when they start recognizing that their problem is not with black people. Why? Because they don't have a problem. Why don't they have a problem? Because we woke. We will not let the darkness cover us forever. We will not let the evilness of life cover us forever in the ignorance. We are woke. Our head is out of the sand. And people know it. Why? Because we are trying our efforts to make sure things change. That you can see this darkness now. Because you're in darkness. When you wake up, you're in the light. And you got to shine the light so the darkness can see. And how do you shine the light by the darkness can see? Not by condemning them. Not by trying to put them in jail. Not by saying you're going to punish them. Not by saying you're hating them. But moving the snakes and the alligators out of the moat so the people who are running for safety can get across to safety. Not looking at where they're coming from as an enemy, but a friend that needs a light so they can be guided through the path of righteousness. So people can go back home where they were born, where they can go back where their culture reigns supreme, not fearing anything because now they are woke.